We appreciate you hanging in there with us. All right, DH, what do you got? Because it gives me a blank screen. I can't see anything that goes on, which I guess
I'm
is
waiting
good.
on it. I'm waiting. It's still pulling up. Let's see. It's still trying to get live on us here. All right, there we go. We are up and rolling. So we're ready to start whenever you are, DC.
All right, I got YouTube as well. All right, let's get our intro real quick and
All
we'll
right.
get started.
Hi, this is Jack Hughes of Wang Chung, and you're listening to the DND Dynamite 80s podcast show with your hosts DC and DH.
Live from Nashville, Tennessee, you are listening to the DND Dynamite 80s podcast with your hosts, DC and DH. So, guys, take it away.
All right.
Sign that guy up.
You know I would, but we're so high budget I can't afford him anymore. So you know how that goes.
Right.
Hey, listen, folks, we're here. Welcome into another episode of D&D Dynamite 80s. I'm DH.
I am DC.
We're going to rename the show to DH Gets Free Breakfast from the Trivia every week. So that's a new name of our show.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping out of these six guests that we have tonight that hopefully I'll get caught up a little bit with you tonight.
I'm feeling pretty good about my
I bet you are.
Trivia. I really am.
I bet you are.
DC, brother, how's your week been?
Hey, it's fast and furious, but we're getting close to the end.
We're getting there now.
Kids want out, and so do the teachers.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, I'm a little upset with you, DC. I'm a little upset with you.
Why is that?
Because we have this amazing group on tonight that you have just brought to my attention, and they're right here in our backyard. We could have been going to shows.
Yeah, we need to catch up on some shows.
Yeah, everybody, y'all all blame DC for us not
That's
being
my
there
fault.
yet.
It's always my fault. Yeah.
Without further, DC, let's go ahead and do the introductions. We'll get this one rolling.
Let's do that. We're honored to have L80's Nite Band with us. So they're out in Nashville. Is that right? I didn't do it right?
No, you didn't. That's wrong. It's Ladies Night. Just Ladies Night.
Ladies Night. Okay, L80's Night.
Apostrophe S, ladies.
It's like French.
Well, I was doing it like like a little kid trying to read for the first time.
That's okay.
Ladies Night. Sorry.
We get that all the time, and just for it to be on the record.
Well, that's kind of unique as well.
Ladies Night.
Ladies Night. Okay. Well, you know what? When I first was preparing for the show, I was like, that's what it sounds like it should be, but I'm not sure if that's what it is. So
keep digging that hole.
Sorry,
DC.
guys. I
keep
appreciate
digging
that.
the hole, DC.
Yeah.
You're digging it.
Shovel.
What's new?
Shovel,
What's
DC.
new? So, Ladies Night
Yep.
Band out of Nashville, Tennessee. And we appreciate you taking some time. And I'm going to butcher it and tear it up here, but I'm going to try. Is it Allie?
Am
I wrong?
Sorry, I'm listening to Party Bells
one out of two.
Right now.
1 out of 10. Hey, I'm 1 out of 2 then. So, Allie, Frank, Kevin, John, Robbie, and Tyler, we appreciate you taking some time with us. They are the members of the band. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
Really good.
Good.
All right, fantastic. I wanted to start with this first. Like I said, I did a little bit of research off your website and was just amazed by the talent that you guys have. It's unreal. And what I wanted to do, a little different than we normally do, first of all, congratulations. You're the first guest that we've had on where we've had every member of a band. So fantastic. We appreciate you taking the time and everybody being able to work that out.
DC will send the bonus. DC will send the bonus check.
The bonus check.
Week.
Yeah. I have a bunch of zeros on it.
Yeah, nothing in front of it, just a zero. It's all good.
Got an autograph on it. That's all we need.
Yeah,
there you go.
There you go. Hey, let's start out with this first. Give us highlights so far in your music career that, and if you don't say one, I will for you because I was just blown away with all of you. So whoever wants to start out.
The growing attendance in our shows and hearing that venues we play at, that is a couple of them that we play at, they've been their biggest money makers, their biggest pull-ins for those nights as far as like bar,
more than even you sometimes.
Bartenders are very happy with us because we bring them a lot of money and drinkers.
And sometimes other people in the band.
I think what he meant there was I think what he means there, Kevin, is like the highlights of each individual and like what we've done in our music careers. Because
Oh, I
Kevin,
got
I know that you have a pretty extensive background. And I'll kick you off, Kev.
I
You're
mean,
from you're from California, not from Tennessee, right?
right.
Go for it. Go for it.
So what's
From
something, Kevin,
California,
that
I live
stuck
in
out to
Tennessee
you?
now.
Yeah.
And this has been one of the biggest highlights of my career.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Who's up?
Yeah. I'll just go ahead.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Tyler.
Ladies' Night has been a huge deal for me. I've definitely played in front of more people in Ladies' Night than I have in any other band because
Wow.
I grew up in South Florida playing metal, and when you play metal, the kind of metal I was playing, you only get half of the demographic totally for music, which is mostly dudes.
Yeah.
And yeah, so playing in Ladies' Night has really allowed me an opportunity to play in front of some very beautiful crowds. A lot of dudes, a lot of ladies, everybody having a really great time. And
Yeah.
that's I mean, when we play, that's what everybody wants to do. And that's what we try to facilitate as a band is we try to create a party atmosphere and try to make everybody feel like, not that we're rock stars or anything like that, but everybody wants to be a rock star, and we want to get up there and be rock stars and perform and make sure that people see that we're having fun
Sure.
because they'll have fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with Kevin. It has been one of the highlights of my career in music. Yeah, but go ahead. Anybody else want to jump on that?
Yeah. Who else has
Well,
got one?
I'm just a child of the '80s, and I just we strive to kind of bring that '80s concert experience to people when we play. It's I don't know, man. It's just been pretty amazing. People just seem to respond to it. The '80s almost sell themselves, and I've played in front of more people in this band than I have in any other as well. And I'm just a child of the '80s. I'm a child of all the TV shows and the cheesy '80s pop and the one hit wonders. I just dig all of it. So
Yeah.
just
Now,
wanted to keep it going.
Frank, you're the only one that's a Nashville native, is that right?
I believe so. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I was just, like I said, as I did some research, I was wondering that. So there you
He
go.
is. He definitely is. So, like I said, I grew up in Florida. Kevin's from California. Johnny, if he wants to jump in, he can, but he's from Chicago.
Allie's
Robbie,
from
you're
Georgia.
yeah, Allie's from Georgia. Robbie, you're from Portland, right? Oregon.
Oregon area.
Roseburg,
Yeah,
Timber
Oregon.
Country.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
remember reading about that.
Yeah.
Allie, I need to ask you about this. Very interesting stuff in your career for sure. Georgia Bulldog cheerleader
That's right.
and football cheerleader.
Yep.
And also did a little bit of stint on The Price is Right.
I did. I was a Barker Beauty on The Price is Right. So that was
Wow.
an amazing experience.
Cool stuff. Oh, I bet that was a cool experience.
When I moved to Nashville, I became the brand ambassador for literally a can of chili that you can buy at the grocery store. But it is
I remember reading
chili.
that. Yeah, I
That's
remember reading.
$8.98. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was a really unique and wonderful job that I got to have because with that, I got to be part of a concert series for over a decade called Music City Roots. And we started out at the Loveless Barn. We ended up at the factory in Franklin. But they gave me the opportunity to learn how to connect with an audience in a very short period of time because I had to sing a jingle every week on the show. But in addition to that, I got to see all sorts of incredible bands come through Nashville, some local, some from out of town. And again, just learned so much from that experience, even from just learning what it's like to have a live broadcasted concert series. So that was really special too. So I've definitely have a unique, kind of unusual background for sure that I get to take to Ladies' Night and use my talents in an unusual way.
Well, and I bet you're skilled at prices.
Yes.
Did you get skilled in the prices?
I'm so
And a lot
sorry
of
he
this.
said that. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
That's
That's
true.
good
I'm
stuff.
very good at this.
One of the things I want to kind of bring out here is for all of y'all are such amazing musicians and watching the videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And first off, I'm going to say thank you for the gift that you give back to us folks that were kind of kids of the 80s, teenagers of the 80s. You guys provide such an amazing gift because you give folks the opportunity to go back in time a little bit and forget about their worries and just enjoy an evening. So I want to thank y'all for that.
That's exactly right.
And I want to know, how did the band come together?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll give you a synopsis of that. And I kind of prepared myself for that because I knew it was going to come up. Really, the one who started this band is Frank. Frank had an ad on Craigslist, and he needed some folks to help him out. And he had been playing a couple different projects, and he had put an ad up that he wanted to put together an 80s group. So he started auditioning people, and I actually went in for the audition the same day Robbie did, and that was kind of the nucleus of things when it started. And then we went through a myriad of lead singers, and we arrived with Amanda. And Amanda's no longer in the band, but she was with us for a good little stint, and she was fantastic. And yeah, we went through a myriad of drummers and arrived at Kevin because Kevin's fantastic as a drummer. And then we were incredibly blessed to meet Johnny and be able to recruit him to come and play with us.
Absolutely.
Johnny is our glue.
Yeah, he's fantastic. It's hard. Listen, whenever you have a member who does a lot of different things in the band, whether it's sing or it's they play bass specifically with Johnny. He's also the choir leader because he's usually trying to get the vocal arrangements very well done. And usually he's the first one to call us out if any of us are playing a progression wrong, or if we're performing something wrong, or we're pronouncing it incorrectly. He's going to be the guy who's digging in on you. And that's yeah. So that's the thing is you got to have a standard of quality. And one of the things that we wanted to do as a band was we wanted to perform, recording level performances. We wanted to be able to play their songs in their true forms.
Yeah.
Amazing. I will say this, Tyler, that the Space Invaders Fest, that is probably the coolest thing I've seen on this show.
Well, it's a polo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean
that is so cool.
Yeah.
That is the coolest thing.
Yeah, I'm kind
Wait
of
till he
amazed.
whips out his summer shorts and shows some knee.
Wait till the tube socks come out.
Yeah.
Yes. No, speaking of John, was a part of a gold record, I read.
Yeah.
And I remember the song very well in Varsity Blues.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Man, talk about that for a moment. How that ought to have been a thrill for you.
It really was.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. We had we had a band in Chicago, and we were, just like working our way through the scene, building up, getting pretty big. We always had good turnouts at the shows, and kind of through that, we met this guy, then that guy, and became friends with Metallica. And then from there, they kind of started talking the band up in magazines and whatnot. And then, of course, then all the labels started sniffing around. And that's kind of how that led to that. So we got to do a lot of touring with some really good bands. And really, it was awesome. I mean, we toured with like Kid Rock and Megadeth and Godsmack and, all these really cool bands. And that's really where I thought, like, if you really want to do it at a high level, like I had a lot of examples that were around us that were really crushing it. And so, when it came time to do Ladies Night, I just thought, well, there's you don't need like a record deal or a tour to really get out there and do it right and just do it top notch. And I just think that's the differentiator. In Nashville, you have a lot of situations where bands come together very quick and they get out and start doing gigs, and the players are great, but they don't really know the songs that well because they just got together and then went out and did a gig. Where with this band, being that it's always us six, we don't sub out or anything like that. Like, we're a band. And so with that, we're like, let's just get this like top notch. And I think it makes a difference. And I think even if people aren't technical, they can feel that it's more, So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Makes
one
sense.
of the things I kind of want to ask a little bit about here, and it's kind of from a perspective of DC and I went out and done a couple of live shows at some events, and I never really paid attention to it when I was there, just kind of enjoying the show and not working. But when you go to an 80s show, you see everybody kind of enjoying it in their own way and in their own element in the audience, kind of doing their own thing.
Yes.
Do you guys up on stage, do you guys see, are you able to see a lot of that? I know with all the lights and everything, but it's so cool to sit back like in the back of the room and you see folks just enjoying
Just
it
watch people
different ways.
Yeah.
So do you guys get to pick up on any of that?
We pick up on a lot of it, and I try to call out just about everybody I see having a good time.
That's right.
I want everybody to see what's going on, and yeah, it's pretty fun. People really have a good time. They enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
We definitely have, I don't want to say the most fun from the stage, but we definitely have the best view of what's going on. And I have seen some pretty wild things from the stage, and it's pretty fantastic.
He's a guitar player. He gets all the good stuff.
They've seen a lot of really great stuff happen to me on stage, and you know, there's luckily there. I'll tell you, the one thing we are blessed with as a band is we haven't. And good Lord, I'm going to say this, and it's going to bite me in the butt. I know. We've been blessed in that we haven't had any major blowouts on stage or anything like that. Nothing insane. But we've had some tremendous nights as far as our performances go, and as far as people coming out and watching us play. Because like you guys said, you know, the one thing about this band overall is that everybody in the band has a very good discipline about what they do. And you know, Johnny and Kevin, man, they're musicians through and through. They do it. They eat, breathe, and sleep music, and everybody else in the band is just trying to keep up with those two dudes.
That's true.
So,
DC, I think he hit on something for us. If we could actually put some discipline into this show, we might get pretty good at this thing.
You might have something. You're right.
We might be onto something here.
That's a good tip.
Overrated.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. Rob said overrated. I like that.
Yeah, that's very true. Hey, I think it's about time in the show let's show a little bit of what these guys do.
Folks, this video you're fixing to see is amazing in itself, but I'm going to be honest with you. I can't wait to get out to see y'all live, and I can't believe DC's never shared this with me before. But folks, you're going to enjoy this.
It's my fault.
Let's take a look at it here, folks. You're going to enjoy this.
Let's do that.
Material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in the material world, and I am a material girl.
In touch with the ground, I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Smell like a sound, I'm lost in a crowd, and I'm hungry. Nothing to lose and there's nothing to prove, and I'm dancing with myself.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street life, people. Don't stop believing. Hold on. Street life, people.
All right.
And DC, I'm just going to say this. I could watch that all night, man.
Oh,
That's just
That's
amazing.
awesome.
That is
But-
great stuff.
But I'm also going to say, DC, we know you're not an English teacher because you did not see the colons for the punctuation in the top that makes it ladies' night.
No, I didn't. No, I don't claim to
Yeah,
be
it
an
had to be
English
a
teacher
French
by any
major.
stretch.
Yes, yes. But just amazing. And folks, you can see what I'm talking about. Amazing musicianship. Kevin rocking the MTV shirt back there. That was
There you
amazing.
go.
So yeah, definitely we've got to get out and see you folks. And
Yeah,
folks,
yeah.
y'all have got to get out. But now, guys, this is the most important question of the night coming up. This is the question.
Before you start that, have sympathy on DC.
Okay, so
I'm talking about
listen,
to the guests.
The way this works, we're going to give you two artists, and we're not going to tell you who and who's got who, and you guys are going to get to pick whichever is your favorite artist, and whoever artist win, the other one has to. We have our high priced debriefs on Friday morning at the Waffle House, and the loser has to buy breakfast. So DC always says I cheat, and I think it's because I just like that old time rock and roll. I don't know why he says that. So while he's going to tell you the guest, I'm going to turn the page on this.
Geez,
so
man.
you guys, I'm not
You're terrible.
I'm going to let him tell. I'm just going to sit here and turn my page while he's telling y'all who the two artists are. No,
A lot of
I don't know why
70s
he says-
innuendo in there.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand why he says I always cheat. I mean, I just feel like I'm working against the wind here, So DC, you go ahead and tell him the artist.
You're
tell him the
terrible.
artist.
That's terrible. You stink. Oh wow, that is awful. No, we try to mix it up and do different things. So we went with a little bit of a different deal this time with the matchup. But we have George Thorogood versus Bob Seger.
George Thorogood all day.
That's
Tyler-
what
Tyler-
I would have said. I saw him in Northern California, and he put on quite a show. So I would have to go with George Thorogood.
So
Oh,
Tyler
absolutely.
and Kevin, it was nice having y'all on the show. Thank you for being
Oh, it's looking good for me so far.
You're
but
up
I
to
don't wanna
the
Allie,
jinx
where are
it.
those lovely parting gifts?
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx. I don't want to jinx it.
You're asking me who sang those hints? I know that.
John, what do you think?
I think I might have to go with Seeger just for all the hits.
Oh,
I mean,
2-1.
I hear you.
Thorogood's a smoking guitar player, and he's got great songs, but Seeger has so many good songs.
Yeah.
I feel a comeback.
No.
All right, Frank, what do you got?
Well, now all the hints you dropped were totally with Seeger.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm more into
Don't leading the witness.
Good.
Yeah. All I heard was Seeger out of all that, so it's 2-2. No, go ahead, Frank. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, I would be more of a fan of Thorogood, and I like how
Okay.
he plays. And he's pretty awesome.
Okay, I've got 2 votes left to tie this up, and I can feel it's going to work.
Oh, what do you got? Robbie, go ahead.
Okay, well, I like Thorogood, love Thorogood, but there was a dude when I used to work in San Diego. His name was Mojo Nixon, and I really liked Thorogood until I saw Mojo. Mojo was like Thorogood with even more oomph to him. You get a chance. He had a song called in the '80s called "Elvis Is Everywhere." Perfect song. and then he had another hit song called "Debbie Gibson Must Die." They were on
remember
MTV.
that.
Oh my
I
God.
remember that
Videos on
song.
MTV.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember
Yeah.
that one.
So anyway, because of that, Mojo is actually my guy in that genre. So I'd have to go with Seeger.
Here it
Okay.
is. I feel the tie.
Oh man, Allie, what do
The
you think?
last vote.
I'm going with Seeger.
Oh my gosh. Well, at least I did a little
so wait
better
a
than
minute.
I've been doing.
Wait a minute, DC. Since this was a tie, we fall back to who has the most wins, just like in football. We go back head to head. So
Right.
there it is. I get breakfast Friday morning. So
Yeah,
I'll
that
hold-
makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the way you set that up.
Hey, you didn't read the rules. I add the fine print as we go. But no, you're right.
Oh.
They're both
I got a
amazing
question.
artists.
I got a question for you two.
Sure.
Since we're here and we're talking about it, I would like to know, so what we always have these really long, drawn out, complicated, convoluted arguments about artists we should perform and artists we should not perform. So,
Mm.
as Ladies' Night, one of the things that we're trying to bring to a venue is we're trying to bring a lot of fun. We're trying to bring a party atmosphere. So, the thing I can tell you is there are certain artists for us that we like when people bring them up, they go, why don't you do this? And why don't you do that? We have to say right off the bat, well, if you can tell me a song that people want to hear that's a good time from them, we'll do it.
Mm.
So, but that I digress. Really, what I wanted to ask you was this: who are your favorite '80s artists?
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I was more of the hair metal guy, but I love all
Right.
of the artists. But you guys actually hit one that I don't know that I've heard a band actually do one of their songs before,
Yeah.
and that's Billy Idol.
There you go.
One of my favorites, and when that
Mhm.
song I was like, I think that's the first time I've really heard someone do that song,
Yeah.
and it's just amazing. But the thing I like most about the '80s, I love the '80s radio because it didn't you may hear Rat one minute, then you may hear Lionel Richie, then John Cougar, then Van Halen.
It was just a
So it
mixture
was
all the
just a
time.
mixture. And I
That's
think
right.
my favorite part about the '80s is that mixture. I don't really
Right.
have, I don't
Mhm.
like, I'm that person where if you look on my phone, there's Frank Sinatra, there's blues, there's Van Halen, there's, John Cougar Mellencamp. That's my favorite part about '80s music is it's kind of everything. And it doesn't matter
The
what
spectrum
particular,
is
it didn't matter
huge.
what
Yeah.
particular genre you were kind of a bigger fan of. Everything was awesome. I mean,
Right.
Adam Ant, I used to love to listen to
Yeah, I
Adam
love Adam
Ant,
Ant.
Sure.
Prince, Morris Day and the Time. I mean, it's just
You got that wide
the
variety.
whole variety
Mhm.
is what I love
Mhm.
most about the music.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
exactly right.
we've been asked about Jungle Love. We get asked that all the time. You guys should
Yeah.
do that.
See by Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Especially by Frank. Yeah. Frank, to speak for Frank quickly, Frank is a really big Prince fan.
Yes.
And I love Prince. I think Prince does some great music, but you can only put so much Prince in an '80s
Yes.
band before you become a Prince tribute band.
Now,
Sure. That's
I
true.
will
He
tell
had
you,
so
it's-
many other bands and artists he was
Yeah,
responsible
Yes.
for,
exactly.
though.
Yes,
That's true.
So,
yes.
like Morris
And-
Day and the Time.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And one of the things you bring up Prince, one of the things I'll go ahead and ask you guys this because one of the selections we had was Michael Jackson versus Prince.
Mhm.
Oh,
It was a tough
That
one.
was a tough
There's
one.
there's no competition there.
not for Frank. No, not for Frank.
Well, Frank, I won that one, by
Not
the
tough
way.
at all.
No,
Yeah.
I'll argue with Frank here. I've been listening to Thriller the last couple weeks and just kind of been circling it in my brain for some reason. And listening to the production on Thriller, the production is just so fantastic. And just the musicians that he had involved. A lot of this, I've been reading Steve Lukather's book, and he talks about when working with Quincy Jones when they recorded Thriller, and it's just an amazing album. And just
Yeah.
like I said, just all the production techniques he uses on it are fantastic. Now Prince, of course, Frank, I'll let you talk to Prince's production credits and techniques. I mean, he was amazing himself, man.
Yes.
All the musicians he
signature.
used was himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing we talked about. And I had Michael Jackson in that one because I always let DC decide who he wants. But what it came down to for me, they're both amazing performers, both amazing front people, but the amount of musical talent that Prince had, I mean, he could play anything. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I landed on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So DC, answer that question, buddy.
I am a huge.
Huge.
I
I don't
to be
remember that.
honest with
group.
you, no, seriously, I don't hear in tribute bands any of a lot of times U2 songs.
Yeah.
I love U2.
That's one of our off limits.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I loved
There's
it.
no song that U2 does that you can perform in a party environment and people be like, yes,
And
that's
see,
there's just none of
I
that.
get that.
and
I
see,
believe
DC,
me,
It might be kind of
So
it might
DC
put people to sleep, actually.
That's part of it. But it's
yes.
You
It's
two
also
to me is, first of all, they're incredible. They're very melodic and stuff like that, but it's more of a glass of wine, listen type of
True.
thing.
True.
I have to be honest here, and DC, he says I'm nuts for this, but I never was a U2 fan, never was a John Bon Jovi fan. I don't know why. I just
Bon Jovi's, I don't
their
get
music
that,
I
man.
just didn't connect with. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, some
I
of the
don't
best
know.
responses we have in our show are from the 2 Bon Jovi songs we've recently added.
right.
So
Right.
Oh,
That was the
don't
other
get
one
me
I was going
wrong.
to say was Bon Jovi.
My
Absolutely.
wife loves them, and I mean they're amazing. Whatever, it just
That's
for
not for
me,
you.
it just
Yeah.
it just didn't. I don't know why. It just didn't hit.
Now, DH, I don't know if you've seen their video. I can't believe because one of your favorites is Brian Adams, and they do that.
Yes,
Yes,
I
we
was
do.
going to say yes. Brian Adams,
Reckless,
amazing.
the album is
Yes,
a masterpiece. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, it is.
yes, that's one of my
From
all-time
top to bottom,
favorites.
every song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
one of
Brian-
his all-time favorites. I know that. for
Yeah,
sure.
that's the only concert I ever got caught dancing at by a girl because I don't dance. And
So
they're
until
like,
you come out. Till you come out
Speaking of that,
then you gotta
speaking
get
of
hot
that,
dancing.
yeah. That takes that's some talent in itself, like what we've seen in the video, where you
Oh.
can dance and drink at the same time.
That's right.
That
We see
that's
a
an
lot of
art.
that.
That's an art in itself.
That improves.
Now,
your-
I
we
can't.
see a lot
I
of that
can't
in
do
the
either
night
one of
progressions.
those. I can't do either one of those. I'd be in trouble.
the trick
It
is
would be all
practice,
over the
practice,
place.
practice.
practice,
Yeah.
right?
It takes a lot of practice. I got you.
Practice.
I
Same-
got you.
Same thing with this show, DC. We need more practice.
More practice. That's it. That's it.
Y'all are doing just fine.
Hey, before we get you guys out of here, talk to us about some stuff that's coming up and how to follow you. and
Yes.
all that great stuff. Okay.
Allie, okay. Hey,
There we go.
You can find us. So
We got nothing.
you're always on Facebook. We're always available on Facebook. And if you go to Facebook, you can see the link to our website and it'll give you history. So we always post like upcoming dates and stuff like that on Facebook. And we also post it over on Instagram. And so you can link to all those things.
Yep.
And you can go to our webpage, and that's always got information on what we're doing too.
Very well
We've got
done,
coming up
by the
some
way.
pretty big
These
shows.
are upcoming
We're real
dates
excited.
right
There it is.
here. Dates right there.
Thanks, Kevin. Love that.
I got it. I got it.
That's good. You know, those kind of graphics don't come cheap.
right.
No, very
You-
well done. The website is awesome. It
To
is
quote-
very well done.
To quote that movie Dodgeball, usually you have to pay extra for that, Cotton.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's the wrong
right.
decade. Man.
Yeah,
Wrong decade.
true. That's
so
true.
we've got if you gentlemen would like to come out and watch us perform up close and personal,
Mhm.
we play at a venue in Franklin called Kimbro's, and you're so close to us that I could smell your breath. I promise.
I apologize for the lunch.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and apologize for that then.
And the
Way to
thing
sell
is
it,
about
Tyler.
yeah, well, the thing is about our performance at Kimbro's, I like to tell people it is the truest experience that you can get of seeing an 80s cover band because you get to watch us up close and you get to see everything we're doing, which is
Yeah,
fantastic. And I
yeah.
think a lot of people really enjoy that.
So you
a
can be
lot of
part of
people-
the band.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of people
Yeah.
there.
Sometimes
Yeah.
they sing so loud we can't hear ourselves.
Right, that's
Yeah,
true.
Singing
it's true.
along.
So we're playing at Kimbro's on May 24th, and then
May
we're
24th.
playing our first performance at Seasons of Murfreesboro on May 31st.
That's where I'm
Um,
sitting at right now is Murfreesboro. That's
Okay,
where I'm
we're,
actually
we're playing at
where I
Seasons
live.
on May 31st.
You have no
okay.
excuse.
Yeah, you have
Okay,
no
what's
excuse.
what's the name of it?
Seasons?
Seasons. DC, I think
Seasons of
we need to
Murfreesboro.
try to we need to
And what's that
need to
date?
look at making that May 31st.
That's May 31st. Yeah, May 31st.
31st. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the one that we need to try to make, DH.
Yeah,
Yes.
then we're playing.
Right.
Then we're
You
playing
make
at Furniture Factory in Huntsville, Alabama. Then our one of our larger shows that's coming up is we're playing July 3rd, Freedom Festival in Hendersonville, Tennessee. That's their big 4th of July celebration, and we will be playing at Fozzie's Cool Springs location, their new Cool Springs location.
Oh.
On June 26th. That's our first date there, but we'll be playing there the rest of the year. Kimbro's the rest of the year. We play the Madam Carol, which is a party boat up in Indiana
So
every
fun.
year, and
That
we
sounds
sell it
like a
out every
blast.
year.
Yeah.
It
It's
is
breathtaking.
absolutely
Yeah.
absolutely a party. So
It's
But,
like they have like a 500 person capacity. We've sold it out. We've played
yeah,
it twice. We've sold it out both times somehow.
Oh,
that's
that
right.
is
And
so
it'll be
awesome.
sold
That's
out this
pretty
year too.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
Yes, that is fantastic stuff.
Way in advance. So it's just a pretty amazing place. People really they dig the music and things like that. They dress the part, and it's just a good time.
Yeah, a lot of neon, huh?
Yes.
A lot
Oh
of it.
yeah,
A lot
absolutely.
of it.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
So
I
so
noticed that some of them were coming to the show wearing the same stuff Allie was wearing on our website.
Ah,
the
very
exact
good.
same outfit.
Come as your favorite
Yes.
band
Yeah.
member.
Yeah.
they
Yes.
find it.
So
Well, it's interesting they bring that up. One of the things that we're trying to incorporate in our shows coming up is we're going to do some theme nights where we
Mhm.
try and do a couple different things. We might do a prom. We might do
Yep.
we've even considered doing a karaoke type thing where you can sign up if you're good enough. You can sign up and jump
we're
on
out.
stage and
If
sing a
We're
you're
song
out.
with
if
us.
you're drunk enough.
right.
I
Now,
think
Well, that
that's
might
yeah.
be the
now we
case.
might get raised.
Now we're talking.
But that's the thing is like we want to be able to we love having the crowd involved in what we're doing, and we love it whenever people go away with an incredibly memorable experience, not just hey, I went to go see this band and they were great. I
Yeah,
went to go see this band and they pulled me up on stage. I went to go see
that
this
is a
band
cool
and
idea.
I had such a good time. I'll go back every time they're near me. And
Right.
that's what we love to do. So
Yeah.
And we get that from
Amazing.
people who come out. There's some people
Right.
that come to Kimbrough's and Fozzie's in Spring Hill who get there a little bit early.
Early.
They have a table, but they say that they're there every time, and they love what we
Right.
play. They think that our set is varied enough, so it kind of sets us apart from some of the other 80s bands because we play songs that nobody else is playing.
Yep.
You've got the usuals that you do here, but we throw in, there's things like you said about the radio. We want to keep it pretty varied, so you got a little bit of this and the whole spectrum of 80s there.
Right.
Right.
And the
Yes.
genres of 80s.
Guys, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
to
It
meet
truly
all
has.
of you guys.
Thank you guys for having us.
And
Yes, thank you.
we'll be the two bald-headed guys that is screaming their heads off in the front row. You'll know us.
What was that?
Well, you got dressed apart.
Hey, DC, when he said dress the part, that doesn't mean bring out your parachute pants. We don't want to start
No.
a fire.
Yeah, you
no.
can do that.
Actually,
Robbie,
it
get out
totally
there.
means that.
Pants away.
No.
Pants.
Too much friction. Too much friction in those
No.
parachute
You
pants.
never get too much friction.
Oh man, guys, it's been an honor. It really has.
Yes.
Y'all are awesome,
you.
and
Thank
keep on bringing out the music for us. And best in your travels, and be safe, and all that stuff. And we'll see you. We're going to come out and see you.
Yes.
Thank you
We'll
for
make
having
that
us.
happen.
Looking forward to it.
We'll
Let
make
us
that
know
happen.
you're there when you come out.
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
we will. We'll get with you. And if can y'all hold on while we go through the credits and everything before we get ready to get out of here?
Absolutely.
All right.
All
Go
right.
ahead, DH. Take it.
All right,
DND Dynamite.
yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, put on my announcer voice here. That's going to do it for another episode of D&D Dynamite 80s. We would like to thank all of the members of Ladies Night, or as DC pronounces it, L80s Night.
Yes.
Which is wrong again,
Wrong.
DC.
Yes.
Hey, we would like to thank them for joining in. And folks, if you get a chance, you've seen a little bit of their work tonight on the show. Get out and see these folks. I know we're going.
Absolutely.
DC. We're going to make
Yep.
that happen. I can't
Road
wait
trip.
to Yep.
Road trip.
Right to Murfreesboro. Group
Yeah,
of
right where I'm at.
yes, group of amazing musicians, and you're going to enjoy their show. And folks, as I end it off every week before I send it over to DC, remember it doesn't cost anything extra to be kind, so always be kind to each other. DC,
Amen, brother. And before we get our sponsors in real quick, next week, Frontiers, they're a Journey tribute band. Frontiers, that's who we'll catch up with
yes,
next week. So we'll see what they got going on. How about it? Let's get
Amazing,
those
amazing.
sponsors in.
yes.
D&D Dynamite 80s would like to thank their sponsors, Hudson's Flags and More,
Tell him to buy his dad a
Nesting
burger.
Project, you're right, Smyrna, Tennessee, PJG Marketing, Totally Cool 80s, Charlie Bubbles Cares for Kids, Jackie's Creations on Facebook, Riley Rhodes Art Designs at RileyRhodes.art on Instagram, and the Magic Yarn Project. You can find all these great folks online. You sure can.
Yes.
Look
folks,
them up, my friends.
Yes, and folks, I want to talk to you just for a second. We are very blessed to be part of the family of two amazing organizations that if you are considering giving or supporting an organization, we're going to ask that you check them out. First one is the Magic Garden Project. And what these folks do, it's a group of volunteers across the nation for the kids. So if you find it in your heart, let's support them. Also, Charlie
talk
Bubbles,
about Paul. So you would know him
The
from all
Vooch.
the right, the
The
Vooch
Vooch.
from All the Right Moves. He's done a lot of other stuff too, but anyway, Paul's a great guy.
Oh, yes.
And he does. He's an author of children's books, along with his acting, and he's got a bunch of books out, and they're called Charlie Bubbles is the character. There was a couple that got in touch with him. It was just a little while back. They had lost their daughter. I think she had lived about 90, and he's trying to raise $5,000 for his foundation to put that book out for people to enjoy. So it's Yahoo.com or Venmoed at Charlie-Bubbles. So let's help the Vooch out.
Yes,
sure.
and folks,
Charlie,
I also want to.
Yeah, Charlie
I just
Bubbles.
want to also say this organization, what they do is normally with donations, they provide books for children that may not be able to afford books. And as educators, we know how important literacy is, especially at a young age. So amazing organization. Let's get behind and help get this book out for this family in this time of needs. And our thoughts and prayers here at D&D go out to the family and all. And we would just appreciate it. Positive thoughts, anything, if you want to do monetarily or just whatever you want to do to support those organizations. We're very blessed. One of the things we said when we did this show is we want to find a way to try to give something back. So we're very blessed to be associated with those two organizations, and we just appreciate what all our listeners do for them.
DH, another great one, my man.
Oh,
Appreciate
man, what
you
an
coming
amazing
along
night.
on
Listen, I'm telling you, our guest
ride.
tonight carried this show. I mean, amazing.
Of course they did.
They, and I think that's our whole plan is we let our guests carry the show and we sit back and have a beverage
Just
of choice
enjoy
with our friends.
Yes.
By the way, I forgot to tell each of you either congratulations or condolences because you're now members of the D&D Dynamite family. So
absolutely,
congratulations, condolences, whichever way you want to look at it.
And Robbie, we will get back in touch with you about August.
Absolutely.
We'd love to have you again.
Yes,
let's talk
definitely.
a little.
That will
Elvis.
be a hoot.
All right.
I probably won't show up in a jumpsuit, but
Okay. All right.
Don't-
we
maybe,
will
never know.
get some.
You might, folks. Breaking news: Robbie's going to be in a jumpsuit in August. We're going to see.
But
Thank you very much.
we'll give you some more information. I'll get on the email and get your information and all that. So
Oh,
we
terrific.
appreciate you jumping
That'll
on.
be fun.
All right, awesome. For all you guys, we appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you real soon. As DC always leads us out, keep playing those 80s, my friends, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week, folks. Thank you,
See
everyone.
you all in
Thanks,
Murfreesboro.
guys.
Bye, guys.
See you in Murfreesboro.
See you in the borough.
Yes.
All right. See ya. Bye-bye.